Sthapakaya cha dharmasya sarvadharmasvarupine avataravarishthaya Ramakrishnaya te namah. Sri Ramakrishna is explaining the perfected souls according to various traditions. Regarding Vedanta, they call him a Paramahamsa. Shaktas call him Kaur. A perfected soul is called by Bauls as Sai. And all these various Alek and all that he told, we have discussed already. The Bauls will ask you, do you know subtle nerves? Know about the wind? Sri Ramakrishna is continuing. We saw in detail in the last 2-3 classes, the wind means great current that one feels in the subtle nerves, Ida, Pingala and Sushumna. When the Kundalini is awakened, the current flows in powerful current passing through. The nadis are perceived only when these Kundalini Shakti is partially or fully awakened. Even partial awakening of the Kundalini, we can perceive the forces moving. But the thing is, we won't be aware of our bodily existence the moment we reach the chakras. What we commonly see in pictures and all, it is our gross consciousness moving up and down. I am deeply thinking, my consciousness is in my brain level at Ajna, deeply thinking. Whole awareness is here in thinking. I am calm and quiet, calmly sitting, unconcerned about all things. My consciousness is here at the throat. Vishuddha. When I am feeling for somebody or something, I may be feeling lonely. I may be feeling for a mass, intensely suffering man. My consciousness is at heart. Feeling lonely, you can clearly see you are at heart center. Similarly, when you feel hungry, your consciousness is at the navel center. This is gross consciousness moving up and down. The real consciousness, the existential consciousness is beyond waking, dreaming and deep sleep. How deep you may have to go to reach the real chakras. These are the chakras that are shown in the pictures. The real existential chakras cannot be, just like we can show what is brain. We can't show pictorially what is mind. Brain picture is available, mind picture is not available. Similarly, manifested consciousness centers are perceivable and we can feel also. But we can say at the various levels of spine, at the bottommost, 4 inches above, at the behind the navel, at the heart, I'm feeling at the heart. I can identify the deep inside the heart where it is paining me when I feel lonely. Similarly, I feel calm and quiet. I am feeling deeply thinking of something like research I am doing, designing something. It's at Agnya. These are external centers pertaining to manifested consciousness. I exist. Independent of all these layers, I exist. Where I don't have physical body, subtle body, or causal body. My spiritual existence, which is covered by the various layers. This spiritual existence, the consciousness, Chaitanya, the Chaitanic existence of mine, spiritual existence also has various levels of consciousness. These levels of consciousness open up huge, something like worlds. This whole universe, each one looks like a huge universe with innumerable various levels of consciousness. It is not matter as we see. This world is a world of matter. Dream world is a world of mind. Deep sleep is a world of where existence is absent. A world where there is no I or you, where only one mentation is there, nothing is there. Nothing exists. All shunya. That aware. Everything that we can think of in the world is zero. Nothing of the world exists. And when this is withdrawn even from the causal level, then we enter into the reality. So, all the three layers I have to cross, turning inward, go deep within. At the end of my deep sleep level of consciousness, waking, dreaming, deep sleep, I must cross and go to the existential level to know the various levels of consciousness. Real chakras are there deep within you, as deep as your deep sleep. So there we get the chakras, where man and God are meeting. When Chaitanya and Jada is meeting, those are the points of chakra. There when you enter, there are places where there is a pause. You cannot move. At pause you can halt and proceed higher. To proceed higher, you have to renounce. Each one, when you enter any chakra, there are no more lower chakras, there are higher chakras, because it is winding up. When you enter into dream state, there is no physical world. It has wound up within yourself. You were projecting one world of your own. It is withdrawn. It is folded up. So you don't find the world outside at all. The world you were seeing, you are superimposing on this universe, which is God, the screen, and you have withdrawn that, and it has wound up within yourself. You can't see anything anywhere. So, like that, when you enter any chakra, suppose you are in Anahata, there is no Kundalini at the Mooladhara, or Mooladhara itself is not there, Swadhisthana is not there, Manipura is not there. But when you live in the lower three, Mooladhara, Swadhisthana, Manipura, the other two are available to you. All the three, you will be aware of all the three chakras in the waking state. But reaching the real chakras, you have to part from all the covers covering your soul and reach the core at the 3 lower chakras also. And then you will climb, breaking the identity with the body alone makes you climb to the anahata. Your identity with the body, the granthi, Brahma granthi has to break before you can enter into the anahata. To go higher, again Vishnu granthi has to break. Your subtle body and you will get dissociated. You will neither the body nor jivatva also you will be not experiencing, because you have seen God in the savikalpa at the heart already. So jivatva has dissolved and identity is not God. Jivatva identity, the subtle body identity also breaks. And then you go to the now this flow of Shakti is different. Each level consciousness manifests. Each level the Shakti is taking you from one center to another center. You will not experience anything in between unless Divine Mother wills to show you something in between. Or in between every level, so many levels are there between Anahata and Vishuddha, or Manipura and Vishuddha, Anahata. But we cannot stop there. It is like you have climbed a train which can stop only at the stations. In between you cannot get up, but you can have a general understanding, not a specific understanding. When you commit the chakra, there is a haltage. That is the end of your journey at that time. To go ahead, you have to renounce. Renounce all what you have attained, even the knowledge, return it to the Divine Mother. Offer it back. Mother, take me ahead. I am offering all these attainments back to you. So the new door opens to leave you to the higher levels of consciousness. You cannot own anything and go to the next level. You cannot hold anything of this world to go to dream world. Like that, you cannot hold anything from Anahata to go to Vishuddha. You have to leave everything. This is renunciation. Renunciation is giving up which cannot be taken to other level. Death is an example. You cannot carry anything, even memories will not go with you to the next birth. You have to leave. It is default. It has to. You cannot enter into. So this opening into dream is possible the moment you leave everything of this physical world. Then you can enter the dream world. Like that, higher levels of consciousness. Now, Sri Ramakrishna is telling about the Vedappinga Sushumna. When Kundalini is awakened, you will understand what is the current flowing. They will ask you further, we stop there. They will ask you further, in which station are you dwelling? Beautiful. These are like stations. In which station you are dwelling. According to them, there are 6 stations. Same thing. Corresponding to 6 psychic centers. The mind has climbed to the 5th center and known as Vishuddha Chakra, 2M. At that time, he sees the formless. Form is dissolving. The moment you start parting from heart upward, expansion at heart is to the level of pure consciousness where God can manifest taking form in front of you. After that, you will be climbing up, the form starts dissolving. When you reach the Vishuddha chakra, then you will see there is no more form. Forms, your form and form of the Devata have dissolved. Fifth center known as Vishuddha chakra to M. At the time he sees the formless. Sees means experiences. Saying this, Master sang, within the petals of the flower, there lies concealed a subtle space, transcending which one sees at length the universe in space dissolve. Transcending which one sees at length the universe in space dissolve. The whole universe dissolves. Once a bowl came here. I asked him, have you finished the task of refining the syrup? Have you taken the pot off the stove? The more you boil the juice of sugarcane, more it is refined. In the first stage of boiling, it is simply juice of sugarcane. Next it is molasses, then sugar candy, and so on. As it goes on boiling, the substances you get are more and more refined. That is, as we go to higher and higher levels of consciousness, we become more and more of spirit and less of matter. Matter means physical matter is also matter, mind is also matter. Mind also dissolves. Intellect is the subtlest of the nature that we possess, through which we experience the savikalpa and it enters into nirvikalpa also. Buddhi alone goes. Before entering into nirvikalpa, all senses merge in the buddhi, just like buddhi merges in the intellect when you see the form of God. In savikalpa, in the anahata, mind merges. Entering into anahata itself, mind merges in buddhi, then only buddhi can enter into Vishuddha chakra, anahata chakra, vijnanamaya kosha. There, further going, the slowly senses start dissolving. When you go to the Vishuddha chakra, forms dissolve because the senses which perceive material world or the immaterial world dissolves. Matter is no more there, and more matter as mind and senses also dissolve. Only intellect which is charged and one with the Chaitanya goes to experience, because this buddhi is necessary to keep the Shuddha Ahankara alive to experience the Nirvikalpa. Without I, you cannot experience anything. Even without senses, Chaitanya can experience Chaitanya. Individual Chaitanya can experience the Samashti Chaitanya. And also, it can go ahead to see the absolute existence also. The Brahman also can be experienced with it. Buddhi. Buddhi is necessary. It has become so subtle and purified. Just like Sri Ramakrishna says, sugar candy and all that. as you boil. So buddhi is refining and becoming almost spirit. This is the container, buddhi is necessary as a container to take ahankara. If this container is there, it immediately it becomes all-pervading. Space is all-pervading. To say space is there, you must have a container to show that space is there, something dividing from the absolute. So this ahankara will be there. This ahankara is highly refined, and this is Shuddha Chaitanya itself. The container is making it experience the nirvikalpa, absolute existence. Otherwise it dissolves. Ego dissolves. Buddhi dissolves. Buddhi dissolves means ego dissolves. And there is one absolute existence. So goes it up to the end. When buddhi is about to dissolve, when the ego starts experience directly, again the buddhi experiences almost a dissolved state. The buddhi is filled with chaitanya and chaitanyified. Ahankara also one with chaitanya and chaitanyified and experience, I am that. And then if Divine Mother wants, reprecipitates the buddhi and ahankara, and after making experience, sometimes touch also the Ananta Sachidananda and bring back. These are the enlightened souls. So Sri Ramakrishna is explaining that. He asks, have you finished the task of refining syrup? Means entering into the ultimate. Have you taken the pot off the stove? Refining is over. You have finished the whole thing. When does the man take the pot off the stove? That is, when does a man come to the end of his sadhana? End of sadhana. How far a man has to walk, lives after lives. The only thing that can make him move forward is the longing for God, which comes with dissolution of our worldly ego. Worldly ego dissolves to give absolute humility and absolute purity. Purity and divinity are signs, humility, and how humble a person becomes egoless. And absolute purity, he doesn't differentiate. All are same like. Equanimity in all fields of life. This is a sign the worldly ego is dissolving. The differences, mine, yours, good, bad, right, wrong, all dissolve. This is where ego is getting, worldly ego is dissolving, spiritual ego remains. Sadhaka ego remains. Worldly ego dissolves. Purity manifests. Identity with body becomes just for living sake. All enjoyments go away because his infinite potential has manifested. Infinite opportunities are in the front. Infinite standing in the front. So he is projecting forward. So here Sri Ramakrishna is asking that when does the pot off the stove, that is when does the man come to an end of his sadhana? He comes to the end as he acquired complete mastery over his sense organ, Indriya Jaya. His sense organs become loosened and powerless. As leech loosened from the body when you put lime on its mouth. In that state, man may live with a woman, but he does not feel any lust for her. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Tat Sat Shri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu.